All right, let's get to a tiebreaker, guys. And Dan, I'll start with you on this. A bigger concern after 3 weeks, the special teams and the spotty play there, or injuries?
I think the injuries, so many of these guys, we don't exactly know their condition. It seemed like half the team is day-to-day right now.
17 on the injury report.
Obviously, that's a problem for this Giants game with the short week. But I think long-term, other than the Hall one, I don't know that there were serious long-term issues coming out of that game. And I think we don't totally know all the information yet. But that's my sense. Whereas the special teams issue is feeling like this has been like a decade long. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but it feels like it's never ending, and that every week they find another way to screw something up. And I think you can, pretty closely tie 2 of their losses so far this year to special teams. And this is with a lot of new special teams players. We were told the end of the salary cap penalties was really going to help special teams. We were told that the new special teams coach was really going to help the unit. And to me, kind of long term, it's more troubling that it seems like some of these problems remain, and that you just kind of hold your breath every time the special teams units are on the field. So I think long term, special teams is a bigger concern.
Keith, give me injuries or special teams this year after 3 weeks of the Redskins' bigger concern?
I'll say injuries, because you lose DeAngelo Hall, who's not only starting corner and someone who has been at times a lockdown corner and sometimes has been shaky. You lose him, so you put a rookie in there. Bashaud Breeland's probably going to start on Thursday night. And you don't have your other veteran corner, Tracy Porter, who they brought kind of for these situations to be an extra body there. He's probably not going to play. He's been dealing with a hamstring, I believe, since the preseason.
Right.
So now you're looking at Breeland, Emerson, who's a second-year player, E.J. Biggers, and not much else. You're bringing up guys from the practice squad at that point at cornerback. I think also the D-line, everybody on the D-line is banged up, and they already had Kedrick Golston out. They've already lost Cofield for a while. So I think defensively the injuries are a major concern.
All right, so break the tie, Marissa. Is it injuries or special teams, the bigger picture issue for the Redskins this year?
I gotta say, just speaking as someone who would watch the games, special teams is a concern, because it is that thing. It's a momentum shift where you can have a great drive and then you let the other team have a touchdown return, and it just ruins everything.
Right.
And so from a I guess talking about moral victories and such, from a morale perspective, special teams just is a big problem, and it's been endemic year to year, and it doesn't seem to be getting better at this point. So the injuries are a big deal as well. You do make a lot of a big compelling argument there, and as well with when you have guys like RG3 and Hall out, who are kind of the sort of centers, like sort of leaders of the team as well. It has to do something for the confidence on the field. So it's a toss-up, but I think just special teams just hits me personally.
I would tend to agree, just because the injuries kind of happen to everybody, right? Injuries happen to every team at some point, and maybe there's some more key positions early for the Redskins, but special teams, like you said, the 2 losses, you could potentially point straight at special teams as the reason.
Although I'm kind of curious how many of these guys are going to play. Like if Jason Hatcher doesn't play, that's a big deal. If Brian Arakpo can't play because of his finger, which he's talking about how
wrap that thing up,
I guess, but he was definitely limited in that
That's
game.
what they did. They flipped sides so he could use his good hand to rip and swim.
He'll be in there. All right.